didn't really announce many things as well. It seems that everything that Poyo said appeared in Nintendo Direct. It appeared in the Nintendo Direct. So Mario vs. Donkey Kong was supposed to be a spiritual successor to the original Game Boy version, where Mario actually is fighting Donkey Kong. That sounds pretty cool. They announced F Zero 99, which F Zero fans are of course pissed off. Even though they finally acknowledge F Zero exists and they're still pissed off. Kind of very, you'd think that F Zero fans would be happy that they got a new game. At least they got something. You know, at least it's not the Earthbound fan base as well. The new Pete's game got a name. It's called, I wonder. I can't wait to how long until Poyo gets taken down like Sabi did. That's the other thing. Poyo is gonna be taken down. They also have a look at the Splatoon 3 expansion as well. And the biggest news is Final Fantasy Door gained a remaster / remake. Other than that, there was a lot of indie JRPG, swap that Nintendo usually puts in the direct that nobody plays. Okay, no one's gonna buy any of those JRPG swap. It was about Nintendo Switch games coming this winter. You know, basically, this is supposed to be, the games, for the stuff. Since they reviewed basically everything last direct, they only had to reveal a couple new things. It was kind of pointless putting out a direct for this September instead of just making a saddle drop like they usually do right until February and make it, kind of like as well. But we are getting games past, March, including Bowser Door Remake, which is, very good for Paper Mario. Hopefully, if the game sells well, we'll get Nintendo probably get their heads out of the asses and make a old Paper Mario game like the old style. Because yes, I do like the Origami King. I did like that game, but it did feel like there was a lot of things missing from the Origami King. Original enemies as well. Since the game evolved about origami, the only original enemies was Handaconda, the King Ari developed himself, the Weezer Stationary, and the thing that Handaconda created. The rest of them are all just Bowser's minions we use throughout the game. So, Goombas, Koopas, no original enemies whatsoever. I hope in the next Paper Mario game we do have original enemies and original characters at the very least. I don't care about the gameplay of the game. If the gameplay, if they want to continue with Origami King's gameplay, but dear God, Nintendo, give us original gameplay. Give us, give us new and original enemies, new foes that will test people as well. Because they didn't get the developmentals as well, which are very unique as well. Some people hated them because they were generic, but at least it was something new. Okay, yeah, okay, you know. But it seems that Nintendo is giving us a bunch of remakes as well, including Metroid Prime Advance Wars as well. You know, it seems that Nintendo is doubling down on nostalgia of Paper Mario, the Thousand Door, Mario vs. Donkey Kong as well. Also, the DS remakes are also real of another code. Games that I think nobody bought those games. I don't get Weeaboo's angry about that one, but nobody bought those games, okay? But it seems that it is proof that Nintendo is slowing down the types of games that are releasing as well for the next console. It's obvious at this point that they are, and it's putting out mostly like remakes, remasters, or smaller games as well. The Pete's games could probably be a big game. I think it will be, but yeah, this is about the Nintendo announcements. Also, they got more info about the Wario Well game, which I don't think really needed a spotlight in the Nintendo Direct. Same thing with the Pikachu game. Like, did we really need to know more about those games? They're just coming out in a couple months. Nintendo could just put a trailer down on YouTube. Like, this Direct is kind of just unnecessary. See, I think the only thing they really wanted to announce is, hey, Paper Mario fans, we gained Paper Mario Thousand Door Remake. Okay, you gained what you wanted for the longest of time. So, Mario RPG fans should be happy that Xeno is back. The greatest character according to them, and Thousand Door is back. So that means the Switch will be one of the few consoles where you can play Thousand Door and Mario RPG, both remade for the same console. Also has Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 on it now as well. Well, the only game that has not been remade is Ocarina of Time and the Zelda remakes that were promised last year and still haven't come to fruition. Same thing with F-Zero GX remix, which has not happened either, and the Metroid 2 and 3 remakes as well, which also were not announced as well. And also nothing related to Metroid Prime 4 is announced either as well. And yeah, most of the games are third party indie swap that, people will, as well. So yeah, that's about the tier. So yeah, Nintendo is obviously slowing down for the next console that they'll announcing. No, not the Switch Pro like Bloomberg was talking about. The Switch Pro is real. That it came out right when in 20, I think it was 2021 when Bloomberg said it would come out. Heck, maybe Nintendo might be saving the console for 2025 closer to the PS6 and the next Xbox console as well. Because I think Nintendo should announce put the console out closer to to PS6 and the next Xbox console as possible, so they can directly compete with them. And Nintendo's really going to compete with these with PlayStation and Xbox. I think they should really put it out later. But again, they could put it out in 2024 and compete with the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. That will definitely defeat PlayStation outside of Japan. Okay, PlayStation 5 will have actual competition. Not Xbox fumbling though chance to defeat PlayStation. Okay, Xbox couldn't beat PlayStation, but they keep fumbling. Okay, Xbox is kind of they keep screwing up the chances to win. Okay, they won with the 360 against the PS3. Okay, I do believe that the PS3 did lose to the Xbox 360 because the PS3, most of the people who were buying the PS3 at the very end were buying it for very cheap prices. Sony was offering it for very cheap prices so people could play Blu-rays on the PS3. Okay, and really the real winner of that generation was a Wii. Okay, and of course it's undisputed that the PS4 defeated the Wii U and Xbox One. But the Switch still won that generation, okay? Nintendo still won. They still made the comeback of the Switch, okay? The Switch released 3 years before the PS5 and Xbox Series X. And maybe this might be the new norm going forward because of Nintendo's failure of the Wii U, okay? This might be the new norm going forward with Nintendo's consoles. Nintendo releases new consoles every time, 3 years before everybody else, And the consoles becomes ridiculously outdated because new consoles come out and they basically... As well. Same thing with the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch has gave ports of games for the PS4 and Xbox One, like Doom, which are free, and Overwatch. But once the PS5 and Xbox Series X came out, the third-party games just stopped coming to the console. I wonder what else will come to the next Nintendo console as well. But it seems that Nintendo, according to insider rumors, is going to be directly competing with the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. But that's everything announced for the Nintendo Direct. Not really much. I wasn't really expecting much. I didn't really have such high expectations like the Beats did, okay? Like, yes, the last Direct was very great, the one before this one, okay? But that was because Nintendo had nothing announced. So Nintendo had to get all the big shit announced so people could get excited for the Switch at the end of the year, okay? This, it seems like a more chill Direct. Nintendo was like, hey, I know Nintendo Direct is just a bunch of advertisers for games, okay? That's what they really are, okay? But my favorite announcements for the Direct was Funky Kong being announced as a playable character in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. Glad they brought back him. He is a fan. Funky Kong is easily the best Mario Kart character ever, so Nintendo made the right choice of that, and Bowser Adore gained a remake. Okay, I do like the Origami game, but, because I like the story of the Origami. I like Bobby. Or he's actually a Bob, but I liked his story. I liked King Ollie, and I like the fact that we had an actual Mario villain. I like the fact that King Ollie basically defeated Bowser and took over Peter's castle and created his own castle. I like that whole thing where basically King Ollie usurped Bowser from his throne, but even then there was still a bit of soul missing from it. And that was the soul of original Mario enemies and original characters for the Origami King. It seems like in the Peach game and Mario Bros. Wonder, it seems that Nintendo is putting original characters in the games again. Original races and characters that are in the games outside of Toads, okay? It seems that Nintendo is putting effort into the games, and I think we should all support both the Peach game and Mario Bros. Wonder if you want if you want original Mario games again. And of course, buy the Final Zero Dawn remake and buy RPG. I probably won't be buying all 4 of those games. I don't have enough money for them, obviously. Okay, I'll probably buy the Final Zero Dawn remake and Mario Bros. Wonder. But if you do have the money, definitely buy all 4 games if you want to. Because you're sending a message to Nintendo that you want more original characters in Mario and you want, the end of the Mario mandate. I know Mario Bros. Wonder will sell incredibly well. Mario RPG, I think, will sell around 3 to 4 million copies. And it'll probably sell 1 million copies alone in Japan. Okay, Final Zero Dawn will probably sell another 1 million copies alone in Japan. Okay, and I think the Peach game will sell really well in Japan as well. Okay, Mario Bros. Wonder will sell like 5 million copies as well. And I think there's also a Dragon Quest game coming out, and Nintendo is basically said, okay, you know what? If Square Enix is gonna fuck around and make city-ass games, Nintendo's gonna test the waters of Mario RPG and Final Zero Dawn. I think that's what they're doing with those 2 games. I think with Mario RPG, they will and Final Zero Dawn. Okay, they're really testing the waters. Okay, with the game, they're really testing the waters with Mario RPG games. Hey, we'll see if people really actually like Mario RPG games. We'll see if people actually want to play them. Okay, and the last one that's missing is Mario and Luigi. I think the perfect one, if they do want to bring back Mario and Luigi for holiday of 2024, is do Partners in Time. Okay, the one game they ignored, the one game they did not make on the 3DS. Okay, and of course do a collection of Mario Superstars plus Bowser's Minions and Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Put them as a 2-game collection, and I think people would buy it. Okay, you don't have to say anything about the game. Just put it in a 2-game collection, make it $60, and bam, these are 2 games in one, and you get the 2 side stories as well. All the 3DS content. If Nintendo wants to go all out and compete with Square Enix and defeating them, okay, at their own game, they should definitely bring back the other Mario RPG series. And also, I'm glad that Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, because a lot of people love that game, and it's cool to see that game in AC. I played it. I never beat the game, but it was still a good Luigi's Mansion game regardless, okay? It was still a good game, okay, as well. But I did not beat it. I got to like the 2nd or 3rd match, and I just stopped playing it because my 3DS didn't work. I still have another 3DS, but that one also has problems, so yeah. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion 2 was still a pretty solid game, okay? Either way, okay? Because we have Dragon Quest 12 coming, okay? Dragon Quest 12 doesn't have a release date, which probably could be announced as well. But to try to appeal towards the Western audience, okay? The difference between Mario RPG and Final Zero Dawn is both of those games already have appeal towards the Western audience, okay? Considering that Mario is a, very popular character. But I think because of course Nintendo already has Pokemon, okay? Nintendo is trying to compete with Square Enix of RPGs. I think if Nintendo does better job, or not really Nintendo, if Nintendo manages Pokemon better and gets a better development team making better Pokemon games, and, creates Mario RPGs like they used to in collaboration with like Atlas or something, or heck, they can bring back the Earthbound Transmurder series, okay? Yes, I know the creator of Earthbound Transmurder does not want the series to continue, but I think a collaboration with a company like Atlas, which is a very beloved company, and is a great partner with Nintendo, okay, as well, or the game, or make Toby Fox create Mother 4, okay? Considering that Undertale and Deltarune were literally inspired by the Mother/Earthbound series, and make it a $20 or $30 ESOP game, okay? I bet that game would probably sell more copies. And of course, make a limited edition physical version as well for the physical collectors. And, I think I wouldn't be too surprised if that actually happens in the future. Toby Fox, and Nintendo do a collaboration game. Okay? Currently, he is making Deltarune the rest of the chapters for that game as well. But I think a collaboration with Toby Fox and Nintendo is inevitable. And maybe they might get E-Toy say, hey, this guy, Toby Fox, created a game called Undertale and Deltarune. he collaborated with us with Pokemon soundtracks and other game soundtracks with us. You know, let's give him the creative freedom to make a Earthbound Mother game. Or heck, they could make Mother Free. He could make a Mother Free translation and put the game out on the eShop for like $10. Okay, but making a new game, I think it would be a much more bigger because they could inspire the game based off Undertale, which is inspired by his Earthbound ROM hack. Okay, I think that is a lot of potential for Nintendo defeating Square Enix. Okay, with and Nintendo being the big dog in RPGs along with Atlus as well. Okay, because Atlus is another big Nintendo partner. That's why you have Persona characters in Smash Bros. I think that Atlus will continue making games. I would be surprised if Persona 6 comes to Nintendo's next console. I think Atlus would be stupid not to put Persona 6 on Nintendo's next console. To see, hey, do people really want to buy it on the Sony, on the PS5, or want to buy it on Nintendo? If it sells on Nintendo, I think the end of Atlus and Sony's partnership is over. Okay? Because Shin Megami Tensei 5 sold relatively well on the Switch as well. And I think if Nintendo really wants to bring back the RPGs, and also it's not just Pokemon and Mario RPGs and Mother they could use. Okay, they also have Fire Emblem as well, which Fire Emblem is a very, very popular series now, and tactical RPGs are not as popular as traditional RPGs in Japan, but definitely Nintendo could continue evolving the Fire Emblem universe as well. Okay, definitely continue evolving that series. And also, there's a game that was made by Atlus that really looks like a Fire Emblem game. Okay, Atlus is really making a Fire Emblem clone for the Switch. Okay, that's how influential this series is on tactical RPGs as well. Same thing with Advance Wars. I think Advance Wars is a tactical RPG as well. If they want to take over the tactical RPG genre as well, and I think Nintendo could definitely make a new RPG series if eToy is so stubborn, doesn't want Nintendo making a Mother 4. Nintendo could definitely make a new RPG series or make a collab RPG game with Toby Fox to obviously because Toby Fox and Nintendo have collabed so many times as well, and I think a lot of fans would be happy about that one if Nintendo and Toby Fox do make a collab game for the Switch, and maybe the game comes to the PC as well like a year later, but the game is still a collab with Nintendo as well. Okay, and also you have the other what is that type of game? The game like ZecCom. Okay, the Mario and Rabbids thing. Okay, those games are successful as well. I think those are also tactical RPGs as well. Okay, Nintendo can really, and the difference between Mario and Rabbids and Fire Emblem and those games are kind of like a niche genre as well. But Nintendo could definitely take back the RPG crowd from Square Enix. Okay, where Square Enix had that crowd for so long. Okay, yes, you do have companies like Bethesda, but we're talking about JRPGs, and Nintendo could definitely take that crowd away from Square Enix and definitely destroy PlayStation in Japan, where PlayStation will never cover again, because I do think Final Fantasy Door will sell well in Japan. Okay, I think it will sell a lot of copies in Japan, probably similar to Kirby. I don't think it will sell 1 million. Okay, I will retract that statement, but I think Mario RPG probably will. Okay, but I think Final Fantasy Door will sell similar to Origami King in Japan, or might even outsell Origami King then. So Origami King is actually Origami King didn't sell too well. Oh, that's probably why Nintendo is returning back to the old style. Yeah, but you look at the Paper Mario series. Okay, Paper Mario has always sold around 400,000 to 500,000 copies per game. Final Fantasy Door sold around, so Final Fantasy Door Remake will probably sell around 100,000 copies or so on its first week. I wouldn't be too surprised if it does, and it ends up selling around 300,000, 400,000 copies as well. Sticker Star is actually the best-selling Paper Mario game in Japan. That's odd. Okay, that's odd. But how much did it really sell overall? Okay. But considering the fact that it sold better than Color Splash, I think that's already a big accomplishment already. Here. as well. But though they don't have the Japanese sales, and Origami King, they have that updated sales for 2022. Yes, they do have Final Zero Door here as well for the Switch as well, because that's the remake of Final Zero Door as well. And Mario RPG sold 2 million copies. I think Mario RPG for the Switch will definitely sell way more than the NES Super Nintendo version as well. It's funny, it's ironic that both Mario RPGs launched at the end of the console's lifespan. That's what I find funny as well, okay? And Paper Mario is supposed to be the successor to Mario RPG, and they could have easily just said, oh yeah, first Paper Mario game comes to Switch, but they chose Final Zero Door. Probably because Final Zero Door is the fan favorite of the games, okay? It is the one that the fans love the most. And Super Paper Mario fans love that one too. I think Super Paper Mario also deserves a remake as well, considering how great the story of Super Paper Mario is. Okay, I consider that one the best one simply because the story is so amazing in Super Paper Mario. I'm not gonna spoil the story, but yeah, the story is amazing. If you have never played Super Paper Mario, well, there are still Wii's out there, and there's still copies out there. You can still play the game, but I think Nintendo eventually remake Super Paper Mario. I think that is definitely in the realm of possibility as well. And yeah, Nintendo, 20 years later, is remaking Final Zero Door. And yeah, we're done with the tangent about RPGs and Paper Mario RPGs. But about Nintendo, and there isn't really anything else to talk about. We talked about the Peach game, Mario Bros. Wonder, and how that could destroy PS5. Okay, the Mario Wonder is gonna destroy Spider-Man. Okay, which will kick those TikTokers, in the asses, because they were making fun of Nintendo and Xbox fans for not being able to play Spider-Man 2 on their consoles. Well, Mario Bros. Wonder is gonna kick Spider-Man in his ass. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. Mario is gonna win against Spider-Man. Okay, Mario's gonna win against Spider-Man. I think Mario in Japan definitely win against Spider-Man in Japan. Okay, and Mario will definitely may win in Europe, but America probably not. Okay, Spider-Man is extremely popular in America. I do not think Mario is gonna beat Spider-Man. It's gonna be close though, but I think Spider-Man will still go on top. Okay, people are like, why? But why America? Well, Spider-Man is the most popular in America. Okay, Spider-Man No Way Home made $700 million domestically. Spider-Verse made $360 million domestically. Okay, Spider-Man is one of the most popular games and most popular things in America. I know the Mario movie made more money than Spider-Verse, but still, No Way Home still made more money than Mario. So it also made more money globally, but Mario is still one of the most popular series, and Mario is the first entry in the series as well. But there's still a big possibility that Mario Wonder does win out against Spider-Man worldwide. I mean, Sonic will probably want to like third or fourth place as well. So yeah, that's about this video here. So if you enjoyed the first, this vlog video, well, yeah. Also, we're gonna have to pass the Country of Turu eventually. So make sure, if you have stayed for this whole video, you subscribe for more videos about Nintendo and other things as well. And maybe I might play games again, but bye.